Today in this video, I am going to show you this model Animagine XL 3.0. I had played around with its previous version Animagine XL 2.0, and even then I was very impressed by the quality of images generated by the text prompt. But this new model, which has been fine-tuned from the previous one, has taken this text to image generation to the next level. Let me show you. If you go to their GitHub repo, the good thing is they have also shared the whole code, and I'll drop the link in video's description, by the way. So if you go to their GitHub repo, go to st scripts, and here you can check out all the training data and lot of other stuff. So really, very generous of them to share this thing. Now to give you some of the overview about this model. This model is the latest version, as I said earlier, of the sophisticated open source enemy text to image model. And it has built upon the capabilities of its predecessor Animagine XL2. This was developed based on Stable Diffusion XL, and this iteration, I mean the Animagine XL3, boasts superior image generation with notable improvements in hand anatomy, efficient tag ordering, and enhanced knowledge about enemy concepts. Unlike the previous iteration, in this one the researchers have focused to make the model learn concepts rather than aesthetics. So just few facts around this model. This has been developed by this Cagliostro Research Lab, and they have a lot of good stuff going on in their GitHub repos, and you can search more around it. And I really like this tagline where they say that they specialize in advancing enemy through open source model. So if you are an enemy enthusiast and creator, then I think this model does deserve your attention. Now, other facts around this model is that this is engineered to generate high quality enemy images from textual prompts. It also features enhanced hand anatomy, as I mentioned earlier, and prompt interpretation is next level. So if you're looking for very advanced high quality enemy model, then this model is your go-to. The license is Fair AI public license, which is quite generous, and there are a lot of other things around training. So this was trained on two A100 GPUs, and each GPU had 80 GB of memory, and the time it took to train this model was 21 days, or you can say that roughly 500 GPU hours. And there were 3 stages to the training of this model. For the base one, what they did was, for the feature alignment stage, they utilized 1.2 million images to acquaint the model with basic enemy concept. After feature alignment, they did the refining unit stage, where they employed 2.5 thousand curated data set to only fine tune the unit. Afterwards, in the curation stage, they did the aesthetic tuning, where they employed 3.5 thousand high quality curated data sets to refine the model's art style. And there is a lot of other information which you can find on this Hugging Face page, and I'll drop the link in video's description. But let me now show you how you can install it. Maybe if you have the access to good GPU, try it out there, but I'll try to use my trusted Google Colab for this, and I already have set the runtime to T4, so which is good. The first step we need to do, as usual, let's install some of the prerequisites. So I'm installing the diffuser and then invisible watermark transformer and few other stuff. So let's wait. Once that's done, we are going to download the model with tokenizer and all that stuff. So we are importing torch diffuser, we are specifying our Animagine model XL, and then we are using stable diffusion's pipeline to download it, and then setting the hub parameters. So let me run it. The size is, I think, just under 7 gig if I'm not mistaken. So let's go there, and if I go up and check the size of it, go to files, scroll down a little, you can see that at least the tensors one are just under 7 gig. Okay, let's go back, check it out. So you can see that it is downloading it at the moment. So it is in the FP16 safe tensor and diffusion PyTorch safe tensor. Let's wait for it to finish downloading. So model is almost downloaded. Let's wait for the prompt to come back. So model is downloaded, which is great, and you can see that the pipeline is also initialized. And now let's generate the enemy image with this model. So what we are doing, we are just using matplotlib to plot it, and then the usual pillow library to import the image. And this is the prompt which we are using in the text to generate our enemy. And then you can of course alter it as per your own requirement. So this is a prompt, and these are the negative one which we don't want it in our enemy image. This should be the name of the output image. We are putting this prompt within this image pipeline with all the hyperparameters and image configuration, and then from there we are saving the image and then opening it and showing it off here. Let me run it. Let's wait for it to finish. Shouldn't take too long. And remember, I'm using my free GPU with this Google Colab. If you have access to a more beefy system, this shouldn't take even this much longer. And this is almost done. Let's wait. It has printed the, and there you go. So if you compare it with the prompt, you will see that how cool and how accurate the enemy image is. Green hair, and you can see the green hair are there. And looking at the viewer, upper body and beanie is there outdoors. And let's change it a bit, and then we will regenerate it. I'll say red hair. I'll say looking beanie. That is fine. I'll just say indoors, and I'll say day, and one girl. That is fine. And what else? Face focus. Okay, let's run it. Let's run it again, throwing it to the pipeline, generating it again. Let's wait for it to finish. So it is almost done. Let's see what it does, whether we see the red hair and indoors and night. There you go. So beanie is there, red hair are there, and then it is sort of a daytime because you can see from this left hand side the sunlight is coming. Look at the attention to the detail and look at the quality of the image. Maybe I'll just change it to one boy, and then I'll just say surprised and blonde hair. Maybe I'll just say looking at viewer is fine, and then beanie, maybe let's remove the beanie, and that's it. Let me run it. Let's see if it is able to give some of the surprised emotions on the face of a boy. Let's wait for it to finish. It is almost done. Let's wait. And there you go. So you can see the surprise feeling. I mean, this is amazing, out of this world. So this is really a surprise, and it's really more like a shock than the surprise, but amazing stuff. And you see the blonde hair and all that stuff. Amazing stuff. Um, okay, now let's give it a last prompt. I'm just giving it bit of more localized prompt. I'm saying it Australian beach, face focus, elegant, and all that stuff. So let's see if it is able to generate a beach setting image. Let's wait for it to finish. And look at the speed, how quick it is, even on the free GPU. Plus, look at the quality. Amazing stuff. It is almost done. Let's see what it does this time. There you go. So, a bit of a beach. You can see the waves behind her, and then blonde hair which are flowing in the air. Amazing stuff. And look at the sunlight because it is a daytime. Fabulous stuff. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. I think this is one of the best enemy model which I have seen so far in a long time. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about it? And as I said, you can use the same commands in order to get this running on your Linux instance. And if you have Windows and you have all these libraries, you can even run this on Windows too. I might create another video on either of those operating system, but you got the idea. That's it. Let me know your thoughts. If you're stuck hearing any issues, let me know and I'll be happy to help. And if you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, do me a favor and share it among your network as it helps. Thank you very much.